All right, everyone. Come to your comfortable seat. I would recommend sitting up on your two pillows. Sitting yourself up on the pillows will help your low back relax and help support you in this posture because we're going to be here for a little while. Start to notice how your body feels right now. Take a moment to kind of do a scan of your body just with your mind. Getting in touch with your breath.
Make sure your mic is clear.
You can bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your stomach so that you can feel your breath move in and out as you breathe. You can feel your breath move your stomach and your chest. You can even look down toward the ground, toward your stomach, and see how your breath moves your chest and your stomach. Take a moment to focus on an intention for this class. This could be something that you want to invite into your life. It could be something that you want to release. Maybe it's just a state of mind that you want to achieve. Simply observing rather than judging. And on your next exhale, you can release your arms down to your sides, to the ground. We're going to stretch a little bit. So inhale your arms up, reach up to the sky, look up to the ceiling. Getting a nice stretch through your spine. Exhale your arms down to your sides, down to the ground, look down. Inhale, reach back up. Look up. And exhale, relax back down. We're going to keep doing this at your own pace with your own breath. Letting this be a relaxed movement. Not trying to achieve any particular shape. Starting to find a little bit of movement through your shoulders and your spine. As you inhale, try and open up your chest. And on your exhale, you can start to fold a little bit, rounding through your spine. It's kind of like a cat-cow motion in your spine. For me, this movement gets a kind of some crackling in my shoulders. So if that is true of you and your shoulders, just notice. Let this be mindful movement. And take one more round wherever you are. And we'll meet back with our arms resting next to us by our sides. Let your head lean over to your right, getting a nice stretch through the left side of your neck. You can kind of reach a little bit with your left fingertips, increasing the stretch in your neck. And you can tilt your head a little bit front to back to find where the stretch is best for your neck. And then just relax. I find this to be a particularly good stretch for neck tension that comes up with migraine and stress. And when we look at a screen for a while, the posture that we take usually makes these muscles a little bit tight. On your next inhale, bring your left arm up and over. We're kind of increasing that stretch into a side body stretch. Let your head be heavy, neck and shoulders relax down. You're going to have a little bit of an opposition in this stretch where your left hip is rooting down and your left arm is reaching up and over, so that you get a nice stretch through your left side body. Just relax your shoulders here. Maybe opening up a little bit to the ceiling, opening up your chest. Now on your next inhale, come back to center. We're going to do that on the other side, so lean your head over to the left. Getting a stretch through the right side now. Reaching through your right fingertips to get a nice stretch. If you can even send your breath to the place where you feel the most stretch, maybe send your breath to your neck and shoulders. On your next inhale, let's reach up and over with our right arm, reaching to the left side of the room. Getting a nice side body stretch through the right side of our body. Rooting down with your right hip as you reach through your right arm. Letting your shoulders and neck be soft. Breathe into the stretch. Your next inhale, take you up and back to center. Inhale, reach up, look up to the ceiling. Getting a nice stretch, and then exhale, fold forward. You can just surrender down, let your neck be heavy. If your forehead touches the ground, you can rest it down or just let your head hang. You can sway a little bit if it feels good. Just trying to release a little bit through the low back. Inhale to come back up. Settle back in. If you need to reposition yourself, you can cross your opposite legs. You can come to a little bit wider stance with your cross of your legs. We're still going to stay right here If you need a little extra support, if your back is starting to speak to you a little bit, maybe prop yourself up with another blanket or fold your pillow so that you get propped up a little bit higher. That'll help make it a little bit less tiring. This next exercise we're going to do is my favorite for during a migraine, at the beginning of a migraine, after a migraine. Basically, it's wonderful for clearing your the energy in your head. It's called Nadi Shodhana, which Nadi is your energy channel and Shodhana is cleansing. So we're going to cleanse our energy pathways. And in order to do this, we're going to start to cultivate a ujjayi breath, which is an audible breath. It sounds like an ocean breath. And I like to start by trying to, it's like you're fogging up a mirror. It's going to sound kind of like, so just try this for yourself. See if you can create a audible breath. Your tongue will kind of restrict the airflow at the back of your throat to make it sound audible. I hope that makes sense. And once you're comfortable making that audible breath, you can close your lips and let the air flow through your nose. You're going to look down to the ground while keeping this audible breath. It's a very cleansing breath in itself. And bring your two peace fingers, your pointer finger and your middle finger, to your third eye, the point right between your eyebrows, while you're still looking down. Keep breathing, focusing on that audible breath if you can. And use your two peace fingers to rub your eyebrows. And this is not really a massage, it's more so just an observation of what's going on there. If there's any tension or soreness, maybe even touching your temples, your cheeks, the area around your eyes. Just observing if there's any sensitivity there. A lot of the time when we have migraine, that area can get sensitive. So just observe. And if it feels like not much is going on, you can observe that too. That's okay. Sending this area some love and attention. Once you feel like you have kind of gotten that fully assessed, bring your peace fingers back to your third eye between your eyebrows. And this is when we get to take our Nadi Shodhana. It's alternate nostril breathing. So I'm going to look up to show you, but we're going to do this looking down. So we're going to take 5 breaths in through our left nostril by closing our right nostril with our thumb. So you're going to take your thumb and close up your right nostril and breathe 5 times in and out through your left nostril with that audible breath while looking down. You're going to get a stretch through the back of the neck and a nice clearing through the left nostril. If this is difficult for you, know that that's totally normal. And the more you practice this, the more that it's going to help cleanse that area, and the easier it's going to become. Once you've done 5 breaths on that side, release your thumb and switch your fingers, switch the hold of your nostril to your ring finger or your pinky, closing off the left nostril so that you breathe in through your right. 5 inhales and exhales. We're going to do one more round on each side, so switch your nostril. Switch sides when you're ready. And finish up. And you can come back to center. You can lift your head back up. Let your arms rest on your knees. And just notice if anything has changed by doing that. Only a couple rounds. I like to do that for as many rounds as I need when I have a migraine or if I feel one coming on. And the more you do it, the more you're going to feel some energy kind of starting to flow through you, and it gets really powerful. All right, so we're going to inhale our arms up one more time, last time. Reach up to the sky, and exhale to fold forward. One more time. Getting a nice stretch through the back, your low back, your upper back. Inhale to come back up, and we're going to come forward, move your blankets, your pillows out to the side within reach, and you're going to come to your stomach. So I'm going to face this way. Your legs are going to reach out long behind you, about hip width apart, not too wide, not too zipped up, just comfortable. Let your low back settle in here. This is Sphinx pose. So there's 2 things going on here that are really helpful. We're opening up through the front of our chest by pressing into our palms and drawing our shoulders back like you're trying to draw them in towards each other through your back. And this pose is wonderful when you've been sitting a lot. This is reestablishing the natural curve in our spine, which is so important for health and for our body's overall well-being. So this curve in our low back, as we get older, and if we don't really reestablish that curve consistently, that area of our spine is very prone to getting stiff. So, and the more stiff we allow it to get, the more difficult it is to reestablish that curve. So doing this as a regular practice is really helpful. and helping us stay flexible and keeping that youthful flexibility. If you're starting to get a little bit tired here, you can bring in your pillow and prop yourself up to make this a little bit more restorative. If you're feeling good, keep pressing into your palms here. If you need a little more space for your low back, you can put your palms out a little bit farther in front of you. Take a few more breaths here. Maybe take some neck rolls. Some circles with your nose. Just relaxing your neck and shoulders. And when you're ready, bring your palms on top of each other and rest your forehead down on your palms. Resting your forehead, your third eye on your palms and getting a little pressure there. This is the perfect time to reconnect with your intention that you set at the beginning of the class. Okay, we're going to flip onto our backs here. This is going to be the most energetic part of our practice today is on our back, so get excited. All right, so you can bring your pillow or your hands underneath your bum for a little support in your low back. And we're going to just wake up our core a little bit. I like to get the energy, your prana moving. And this, having our legs up helps get the blood flowing in a reverse direction so that our heart has a break. So once you get comfortable here with something propped under your bum, you're going to inhale your legs down to wherever, if your back starts to come up off the ground, that's where you want to stop. So you want to keep your low back pressing down to the ground. And wherever that point of, that point is for you, where your back starts to lift up, that's where you want to stop. And you're going to exhale your legs up. So inhale down, keeping your back flat, and exhale up. We're going to do about 10 to 15, depending on your pace. Inhaling down, exhaling to come up. If this is really easy for you, then you can do this with nothing under your bum, just flat on the ground. If this is difficult for you, then you can always lift up with bent legs to give yourself a little bit more support. Take about 5 more here. And when you're finished with this, you're going to bring your legs, your knees into your chest, give them a nice squeeze just to decompress the low back. And you can rock back and forth. And we're going to come into a twist. So put your arms out to a T And let your legs fall over to the left. And you can look over to your right side. Legs to the left, gaze to the right. Palms are face down here. And try and keep your shoulders grounded. Take notice of your breath. If your breath has gotten restricted or shallow, place a pillow in between your knees, in between your thighs, so that you can have a little bit less stretch. Your breath is always your guide. And breathe into this twist. Twists are a wonderful way to get a fresh flush of blood after the twist, once we come out of it. It's very cleansing. On your next inhale, bring your legs back to center, knees back to your chest. Give them a nice squeeze again. And then arms back out to a T. Let your legs fall to the opposite side, to the right. Gaze over to the left. Palms are down, shoulders are grounded. And we're breathing deep belly breaths. If your intention is to let something go, imagine wringing that out with this posture. Clearing space for something new. On your next exhale, bring your legs back to center. Give your knees one more hug. We're going to light up through our core one last time, so lift your legs back up to the ceiling. This time, you can do the same thing again, putting your hands under the bum again, or you can take one leg at a time. This one leg is a little bit easier, so if you want a little bit of a break, you can do one leg at a time. If you want a little bit more intensity, you can do your two legs at a time. You can do it without your hands underneath. That's more of a challenge. Whatever supports you the best right now. That's the best part of yoga, is the dialogue between you and your body to figure out where that happy point is. Sometimes we can physically do something, but it might not serve us. So find what serves you. Take a few more rounds of this. One more wherever you are. And then release. Bring your knees back in to your chest. Letting your low back settle. And wherever your pillows are, grab one or two pillows and place them under your hips so that your hips are elevated. We're just going to get a really minor stretch through our hip flexors since we just used them. And bring your hands to your low belly. If you do this when you have a migraine, I would recommend just one pillow, minor elevation, so you're not super elevated. This really, really minor elevation of our hips is really soothing. And when we place our hands on our low belly is a really sensitive area. So just notice if anything, any feelings, any emotions, any like physical feelings kind of arise to the surface. And just notice, not trying to change anything, not judging it, just becoming aware. Thank your low belly for all that it does to support you. We carry a lot in this area. We carry emotion here. This area supports our digestion. And when our digestion is healthy, the rest of our body is typically healthy. When our digestion is struggling, then the rest of our body will feel it as well. So this area really supports us. Take 3 last breaths here. So remove the pillow by bringing the soles of your feet flat to the earth, bending your knees, lift up your hips. Move the pillow, and we're going to put the pillow, 2 pillows if you have them, under your back. You're going to bring it up into your mid-back and just relax down so that we're opening up your chest and getting a little bit of an arch through your spine. This is supported fish, supported Matsyasana. Your legs can reach out long here. If you want a little bit of a hip opener, you can come into Baddha Konasana legs. Whichever one feels best for you. Non-strenuous. And your arms, you can let be by your side. You can let them reach out to a T. They can be up overhead. And if they're up overhead, you're going to get a big shoulder stretch for most of us. I don't recommend that posture if you have a migraine. Or even if you're recovering from a migraine, just find a place that's really comfortable for your arms, minimizing the stretch. Just a small feeling of opening. And breathe into your heart space. connect back to your intention. If you have any lingering thoughts, try to observe them as if they were clouds in the sky, letting them move and float past. Not trying to hurry them, just allowing them to float by. We're about to close our practice. We're going to come into Shavasana, or you can stay in this pose for Shavasana. Whichever one feels right for you. If you come into Shavasana, you can be all the way flat to the ground, or you can bring something under your knees to get comfy through your low back. I'm going to play a song for us. It's a mantra, actually. And that mantra is one for peace. Mantras are so powerful, just the repetition of the sounds will bring that energy to you just by listening. It's incredibly powerful if you are able to chant along with it too, but I'd recommend just receiving the mantra, receiving the song, and I'm going to say the translation so that you know what's being sung over you. The translation is, Om, may all become happy. May all be free from illness. May all see what is auspicious or lucky. May no one suffer. Om, peace, peace, peace. Anytime you hear Shanti, that is peace being sung over you. So focus on the words, focus on the music, and allow any last bits of tension to melt away from you here. Envision your aura, envision of energy surrounding you, glowing as you listen to this song.
Sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramaya sarve santu sukina sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashantu mahakashi dukkha bhagavate sarve 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 om shanti om sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashantu mahakashi dukkha bhagavate om sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashantu mahakashi dukkha bhagavate sarve 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 santu sarve sarve
Begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Notice how you feel as compared to the start of your practice. When you're ready, get up slowly. You can come to a seat. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for inviting me into your yoga practice. I hope that you enjoyed it and feel a little bit refreshed after doing this practice. I would like to end this session with a chant of Om one time. So inhale. Om. Namaste. I hope I get to see you next week. I'm going to make this a weekly Sunday practice and start to add a little bit more energetic practices during the week. But Sunday night I want to keep as a nice restorative, relaxed practice. So I hope to see you again. And I'm sending you huge hugs. Thank you so much for joining me.